Okay, so we want to look at documentation. What documents do you really need when you want to export? Because it is also very, very important. Like I have said, I mentioned in one of the earlier videos that you have to look before you leap. I'm a crypto trader, so I know that we see that a lot. You need to look before you leap. So, documentation. And also, in one of the previous videos, I'd already talked about formal and informal exportation. Formal in the sense that the government can track everything that you are doing because you have the export license, you are carrying your goods in containers, and that's where, honestly speaking, we are all planning to get to, in containers, not just one. Okay, not group page. Not because there shouldn't be any problem if you are making money for you to get all these documentations done properly. So what are the documents needed, especially when you are doing the formal exportation, pardon me? That means that you are doing it on a large scale. But let me first pause a little bit and talk about even the informal. There are certain things you need, and one thing that juts out for the informal, that is the small scale, if you want to do small scale, is for you to have your DOM accounts. You must have your DOM accounts. And also, you need FDA. Okay? Please listen to this properly. FDA, if you want to export to the US or Canada, and these things are produced by you and they are branded in your name. Okay? They are branded in your name. So for instance, not like fashion items though, edible, skincare, and all of that. You will need to have your FDA. FDA, that is Food and Drug, American Food and Drug License, if you have to do that. Okay? Now, FDA, like I said, is necessary if you want, especially if you want to sell to shops. Okay? So if you want to sell to shops, if you want to get your goods into Walmart, Amazon, some of the African shops that are that picky, you will need to have FDA. But if you are carrying branded goods, that is manufactured goods, these manufactured goods by others, these people already have their FDA, they already have their NAFDAC and everything. Like if you want to take Milo, for instance, you do not need to have the FDA. They already have all the documentations by themselves. I'm speaking to informal now, because if you want to do that, you want to export those goods, these are the things you will need. Now let's go to larger exports. That is the real Odogu formal exporters. Okay, of course, before you can export in on a large scale through containers, through the seaports, you must have a limited liability company registration with CAC. Okay, you must have limited liability company registered with CAC. You cannot export on a large scale with your name or your business name, no. Okay, you will also have NEPC license. And of course, before you can even get NEPC license, you must be registered as a limited liability company. Then, yes, you will have domiciliary account in your company's name, because it is now the company that you are using for this business. It is not an informal thing. It's a formal, it's a registered. Informal too is legitimate. Don't let me, I'm not saying that. But in this instance, it is documented that you are trading with your company. So everything would tilt towards company's name, company's registration. You must have the domiciliary account in your company's name. You must also have export domiciliary account where you put it's called export proceeds account. This is actually what is exposed to government, and they are able to track all the exportations going out. Export proceed account, that is the EPA, export proceed account. You must have one. These are the documents. Okay, these are the normal established documents that you must have before you do any large scale exports. Okay, now this documentation is not limited to what I have told you, because there are more that you may have to get depending on what you are exporting and where you are exporting to. Okay, so and then what the country that you want to export to, what they demand. Some of them will ask you for certificates of origin. Some will ask for all sort of things. Some may tell you that they want security check certificate, that is police or whatever has already checked what you are bringing. Some may be asking you for phytosanitary certificate, some fumigation certification, all sort of certification. But all of these things you cannot get as normal as you will get your registered business limited liability company's registration, documentation, and your DOM account and all of that. Most of the time you get to know some of these things when you get to the port of shipping. This is why I keep saying that the shippers, the shipping companies are your friends. And I would also advise that when you are doing large scale shipping, don't try to do everything by yourself. Remember, there are some people that are they are professionals in doing this. The forwarding, clearing and forwarding agents. They are there all over the place. And these people, they know all of these certifications more than anybody, because that's what they do every blessed day. So it's better when you source for your goods, when you already get all the other documents that are permanent to you, that is your limited liability company, your DOM account and all of that. You leave the rest to the clearing and forwarding agents or your shipper, your shipping company, okay? So that they will be able to give you ideas of the certifications you need. Sometimes it's actually the buyers that will dictate the kind of certifications they want from you. It can be also the country that you are exporting to. So you never can tell until you get to the port. So this is why you need the services of the professionals, and you also need to be very, very friendly with the shippers. They will tell you all that you need to know, and trust me, they know what to do. They know exactly what you need. They know how to get there. Sometimes things that we will struggle to get in a week, especially as newbies that are just starting, the clearing and forwarding agents will get them out in 10 minutes, because they live in the ports, they sleep in the ports, they speak ports, they eat ports. So they know exactly what to do to get what they want. So it's better we just leave them to do their own thing, okay? So we'll meet on the training platform for more. This is just an overview of what you will need, okay? For instance, part of the documentation you will also need for large scale exports is your SCORM. your SCORM. This is given by the EFCC. This is given by the EFCC. Is so that people don't do money laundering, so that you don't carry money from here or whatever, and then you now bring it back again and stuff like that. So you have what we'll show everything. We'll show that there's another video that will come up to let you know how to do your even the NAPC registration and your SCORM registration. I've told you we're going to leave everything uncovered. Nothing is going to be covered for our students, and you will be getting a whole lot of value. Okay, during or immediately after this training, you must export. You must export, because that's the whole essence of the training. All right, until the next video, have fun as I'm doing what I love to do most, impacting lives through entrepreneurship. Stay tuned. My name once again is Olaosebikon OK, and I'm the Group Managing Director at COFS.